So tip number one that I have for you guys is that when you're looking to buy tools, you want to try and buy brightly colored tools if you can. This is really helpful because if you're out working in the field and you set your tool down in the grass or in the dirt and it's earth tones or green, it'll blend in and you won't be able to find it. But if you buy brightly colored tools, it'll be a lot easier to quickly spot your tool, grab it, and you won't have to waste time. So you notice a lot of the professional grade tools, particularly pruners, are usually bright red or bright orange. If you're looking for a trowel, you want to get like a bright yellow or bright red handle too. And if you have tools already that you like and you don't want to go out and get new ones, but they are those earth tones, what you can do is just tape some brightly colored tape around it, and then that'll help you find it quickly. So tip number two that I have for you guys is that when you're planting a plug, you want to try and make sure to A, you want to thin it out, and B, when you're thinning it out, you don't want to just pull out the entire other plant, roots and all, because that'll disturb the roots in the plug and really hamper your plant's adjustment to the transplanting, which is already a stressful time for your plants. So what you want to do is just pinch it off right at the soil surface, and then those roots will compost in the media and in the ground, and then you can plant your plants without disturbing the roots very much. Tip number three that I have for you guys is that when you're transplanting plugs, you want to try and loosen the root ball just a little bit, so that way you can get those roots out of the habit of growing in a circle and get them ready to leave the root ball and grow into the rest of the ground. So the next tip that I have for you guys is that when you're transplanting plugs, you want to make sure that you thoroughly water them in. This applies to seeds too, but it's particularly important to plugs because a lot of plugs are grown in what's called a soilless media, which is basically most commercial potting soils, which are made out of peat, vermiculite, materials like that, but not any actual soil. And because of this, there's a difference in water holding capacity and capillary action between the plugs and the ground around it. So if you plant it in, just water it a little bit. A lot of that water will quickly be sucked out by the dry soil around it, leaving you with dry soil and a bone dry plug where all your roots are, and they'll quickly starve of water and die. The last tip that I have for you guys is that when you're done working in the garden and all your tools are dirty, it's a good idea to clean them off. That way you can prevent rust and just keep your tools nice and well maintained. So a good way to do this is to get just a regular old paint scraper and just scrape off all the dirt. And it can take a while on some tools, especially shovels, which have a little bit of a weird shape. But then you don't have a lot of dirt sitting on there, retaining moisture, getting it rusty potentially, and you'll be able to use your tools for a lot longer. Go Cats!